So Jerry, what's your deal?
Yes, there were the chocolate sales, and the vigils, they asked me to...
Sell some chocolate?
No, they asked me to say no to selling chocolate, which for the school no one has ever refused to sell. And I did that for 10 days, and then my time was up. And so I went home, and I decided at that moment that I would continue to say no. It felt good inside. Once they started finding out about how I was constantly refusing to sell chocolate, they gave me a warning and told me that if I didn't, there'd be a consequence. And then subsequently I still said no, and then I was beaten up and I wanted revenge. So Archie called me up and I fell for his little plot, and then I was sent into the ring, and then stuff.
What kind of stuff?
The bad kind of stuff.
You're not helping.
And as I entered the ring, I noticed that I'd fallen into his trap, and this raffle was all that. And so eventually, me and Jansa exchanged blow for blow. And yeah, the whole punching thing. During that, he punched me in the groin, and I blocked a little because it was an unfair call, and that just sent him into a fury, and eventually I was knocked out. Was it worth it? I think I ended up finding my limits, and
So, it was worth it then?
yeah, it was worth it. And hopefully, I'm not going back there. But,
Back where?
Trinity High.
Oh. Macbeth, please sit down. Welcome.
Oh.
Macbeth, what's your deal?
My deal is, 3 witches found me in the forest and they told me I'd be king.
Ah!
And they told me that I'd be king. And unfortunately I didn't believe them at the time, so I told my wife about it, and she pushed me and she pushed me, so eventually we started a plot to kill him. And
Who's him?
Duncan, the king. And although I was already Thane of Cawdor and Thane of Glamis, I wanted more. So that night when he came over for a feast, I stabbed him. So after I stabbed him, the whole castle went up into flames. Not literal flames, of course, but his sons left. And then that left me king. So then I became paranoid, and I soon thought that my friend was plotting against me. So I hired 3 mercenaries to kill Banquo, my best friend. And then after that, that's when I became crazy, and I started seeing. My kingdom went up in disarray due to my sanity.
An army.
So Macduff came at me with an army, and so my people fled, and I was left all alone. And that's when I met my final day, and then Macduff killed me. So, Norm,
Norm Patrick, what's your deal?
Well, there was that croc, and then he just grabbed my Wendy out of the water. And so I went outside and I saw it thrashing about. And so I jumped on the croc's back. And as I jumped on it, I noticed it's very scary, like a crocodile. And so I was looking for its eye, so that way, you know, maybe it let go of her. And so I pop it. And as I pop it, it let her go. And it threw me from its back. And I landed in the water. And so I swam away, hoping to God that won't grab my leg and take me out.
Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, it was worth it. I don't know what I'd do without my Wendy. I'd do it 1,000 times over, kick it in its face or something. All for my wife. Ah!